This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Well, welcome into another edition of our Tuesday Coaches Show at La Grande Cantina here inside the mall, and we're so thrilled to have you along for the ride because we've got 6 area schools that we're talking football for this week. Not quite through the halfway point of the season, but we're going to start talking district play. So most of the teams, or all the teams, have finished up with their non-district schedule, the games that kind of really fine-tune themselves to get to the meat of the schedule, the most important, because if you want to say everybody is at 0-0, that's really what it is, because this is how it counts towards playoffs. You'll have 8 in your district. They'll take the top 4. So now points points matter, wins matter, all of that stuff. And in fact, we'll talk about points when it comes down to wanting to get your maximum district points, because it's important, because it comes down to any kind of ties, it's going to be settled by points. So as long as everybody understands that, then we've got a good undertaking of what's in front of us. But what's in front of you is a plate full of great food at La Grande Cantina. You can't miss it right here in the mall when you first come in, and they got chips and salsa almost right when you sit down, and they've got a full menu of traditional home family recipes and more of a modern menu too, so you can check that out here at La Grande Cantina. Also want to say that they have a guest, this is where we're at, is their private banquet room. Can hold up to about 50 people or so. So if it's birthdays, anniversaries, hail and farewell, or even Christmas, you get a Christmas party, make sure that you book that here. And except for, he says Tuesday nights are not available all the way up until maybe December. So you don't have to worry about that. We've got that here Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So we're going to talk football. We got Walters in the house. We got Elgin. We got MacArthur. Of course, the others will start to follow suit with the 6 area schools, all 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. And we'll do that next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Grande Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Grande Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Well, we're at the La Grande Cantina, starting off with our coaches show for a Tuesday, and you can come join us. We're here every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Phil Dennis joins us for the MacArthur Highlanders, and he helps on defensive outside linebackers, special teams, and so you've been kind of familiar with the program. Took a long bus ride to Ponca City. Yes, I want to ask how that was as far as the trip was concerned, but after you broke down film, you got to be happy with a couple of things. You didn't let them score, and that was kind of surprising. A 6A2 school not getting in the end zone for the night at their place. Outside of that, what else did you see, and what else, going into this bye week that you're looking to get some improvement on?
I really thought our kids played really hard. I thought there's some things to clean up, obviously in every game, but really our kids came out for the bus ride. We went up there, had a little stop at a garage, and ended up having some burgers, and drove all the way back up there and got out there plenty of time, about like our normal time, went through our normal routine and set up, and really with a good kickoff and a good, bunch of guys, they really played their tail off. It was a good time.
Well, I'm going to ask you kind of what I would do for Coach if he was here. These 3 and actually 4 for you guys, your non-district schedule is to kind of find out who you are as a team, what you need to look to improve before you start to get district play. Everybody else is going to get that question because they are starting district play. You guys are not. Just to refamiliarize yourself with the situation that MacArthur is in. They don't have Guyman on the schedule. They are in that district, but Guyman opted not to play in the district, so they are doing an independent schedule, so that really only gives you 9 games complete. So that means Coach Brett Manning went out and searched to find a 4th, a non-district game, if you want to call it that. And that could have been sandwiched anywhere, but it was good for you guys that right before district play, you could actually put that in as a scheduled game. So this is going to make a bye week for you. So what does that do for you this week you really had so much that you had with your Elgin and then your 2 Lawton schools and then Ponca City. So what did you learn about the MacArthur Highlanders going forward?
Well, basically yesterday we just went through our film with the Ponca, and then we had a JV game and a freshman game. But just learning from our team, just going back through the mistakes. We got to look at our special teams and make sure we're cleaned up there. And then they had offensive film, and then we had our individual defensive film also. So yeah, we're definitely gearing towards district play and get ready for that. But I think we're excited for the last few weeks and how we played and did some good things and keep working from there. So
what's the schedule on Friday? What are you guys going to do?
We talked about maybe going to Newcastle and watching Newcastle and Duncan play. So
yeah, that's those 2 opponents. Yeah, right next on the slate, and you can see them in person. That's good. I know Newcastle is ravaged with a lot of injuries. In fact, T.J. Bradford, one of their standouts, that was one of our OSN standouts at the end of the year last year, has been out for the last couple of weeks, and so really kind of was told by their play-by-play announcer, Josh Calloway, they're very much like the Sooners as far as Newcastle is concerned, as far as like they've got a lot of injuries that they're having to contend with, and that's football. I don't care if it's high school all the way to the pros. You got to deal with it, next man up, and so you kind of go from there. But that'll be an interesting little Friday matchup for you guys to take a little road trip and go get to see that. But how would you like to see, or from the coach's vantage point, improve? Because coaches are never satisfied. That's why we're here, as coaches, right, is to get better. How would you like to get better going forward to get in the district? Any areas that you guys have saw concentrated on that you'd like to do?
We're definitely getting back to our fundamentals and getting back to our routine, and then getting on our tackling circuit. And obviously defensive coaches, we're all concerned about tackling, making sure that we're tackling, putting our proper fits and doing all our schemes that we need to make sure that we're ready for all the different offenses. Because no one shows up and plays the same offense.
Isn't that the thing? Well, we say the same thing. We throw stuff out there. Yeah, that's right. That's how that works. It's called the cat and mouse of coaching, the chess match between coordinators. Always like that matchup. All right, Phil. Phil Dennis representing the MacArthur Highlanders. Got some players with us, so let's get you on the mic. First one up. Go ahead and grab that. Give us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
I'm Ephraim Morris, senior for MacArthur, outside linebacker, and
Yeah, we're already in 4 games. How would you describe those 4 games as far as personally and team-wise, and you get a break with this week off, but going forward, how can you improve there in the linebacker's position now that you got your linebackers coach right next to you?
I think since the 4 games I've learned a lot. One thing I think Coach has really drilled in my head is position, like you need to play your position, and that sometimes you can't be going out just doing whatever you want. We all have assignments, and
assignment football. A lot of times players can say, I think I can do that, and that's over in someone else's area, and then of course that mistake is kind of heightened a little bit. What did you want to come in as your senior season? How did you want to improve personally? How did you want to get better at what you do?
One thing, just being more physical. I know I like to just sit back, watch the ball, and then come in whenever I'm needed sometimes. But right now I'm thinking I just need to go hit sometimes. Yeah.
Well, that's the position that you're in. What do you do when you're not playing football? What's some of your hobbies?
Weightlifting, wrestling. I like track.
So are you in the wrestling team then?
Yes, sir.
And what class is that?
So right now I'm at 157.
Okay.
So I wrestle, yeah.
Is that before or after football weight? I mean, do you have to gain some or stay right you're at, or do you have to lose some?
So I game for football.
Yes.
And then whenever wrestling starts, I
You
go ahead
lose?
and cut. Yep.
Cut weight.
It's a little
yeah.
bit of a grind, but it's worth
Are
it.
you are you in the little silver jumpsuit thing that run around in the showers? Do you do that at all to kind of?
The sauna suits,
Yeah.
I try to avoid them just because they suck. But
Yeah, it really does. It sucks literally all the fluids out of you. It does what it wants. Okay, what's your favorite food?
my favorite food, shoot, I like anything, but right now I'd have to say my favorite food is just burritos.
Burritos.
Yeah,
All right. Any specific favorite that you like?
anything with a lot of protein.
All right, that's what you're doing as far as for football mode. You got a partner next to you. Let's get him on the mic. Give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
Hi, my name is Ezra Morris, senior from MacArthur High. I play outside linebacker also, and yeah.
So since you guys are both outside linebackers, how well do you guys communicate, and what kind of bond do you guys have on and off the field?
Well, our coach likes to go over film with us. We're all in close, and we make group chats, talk to each other. And during practice, we coach each other up whenever coach's not there. So,
On the field, who's more of the talker between the two of you two?
he's the talker. Yep.
Now, if you're both seniors, do you like lead by example, or are you a vocal leader, or are you kind of a silent leader?
I like to be vocal, cheer my guys on. We're in the weight room. I'm trying to get loud, and I'm also hitting every rep, showing them that, that's what they need to be doing. So, yeah.
What advice would you give to an underclassman that's going to be in the role behind you after you leave?
Hard work sticks out. You push yourself past your limits, then people are going to notice that.
What's it like having this as a 4-year coach there? What he can spill the beans now. It's like,
I mean, he's hard on us, but throughout the years, I've learned that's for the better for us, and I've been able to play my position because of him. So yeah.
I didn't get to ask your partner next to you, but you can answer for this. This is a Friday. It's a bye week. It's very strange because it's sandwiched in the middle of the season when you're really starting to get going, and all of a sudden you have to put on the brakes. So what are you going to find yourself doing on Friday?
On Friday, working. That's pretty much it. I'm working. I'm working out, making sure I'm healthy for whenever we start back up. So.
Yeah. Is it kind of a needed break because of all the games you had, or did it come at the right time, or are you still just gearing up and you just want to get this next game in?
Personally, I was geared up, after the game against Ponca City, but I understand, some of our other guys, we need breaks and all that.
Yeah,
so.
and get to heal up a little bit, so that's great. Okay, the MacArthur Highlanders are the only bye week team on the network. All the rest of them, most of them already had their bye week. Some of them actually had it last week as well. Very unfamiliar territory for Lawton Public Schools. I've said this a couple of times just jokingly. Last week, by the way, MacArthur was the only Lawton school in action, and they had to go to Ponca City. Lawton High and Eisenhower were off, so there was no games at Cameron at all, and that's very strange. Now you fast forward to this week, guess what? MacArthur's off. Eisenhower travels to Stillwater, and Lawton High goes to Noble. So there will still be no football at Cameron Stadium for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in the football season, I think. Anita Brown, I told her, I said, boy, you and Jerry can have a break because I've never seen that. She goes, I've never seen that. But she goes, we're going to make up for it because then from then on it's Thursday, Friday for the rest of the season. So, that's what you have. Okay, MacArthur Highlanders, thank you, Coach Dennis. Thank you, players. And we've got Elgin, we got Walters, we got Cash all in the house. And we'll take a timeout and continue with our coaches show right here on the Oklahoma Sports
Craving
Network.
delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Clothes nowadays are so expensive. And no matter how good a sale is, you still walk out spending hundreds on barely anything. Goodwill is the place to go. We have a wide variety of affordable clothing for all ages. To help you save, we have weekly specials from half off to 99-cent items. Make sure to check out our colors of the week before you start shopping to get more for less. Save at your local Goodwill today.
Well, we're back to the La Grande Cantina inside the mall, where you can join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. In fact, the 6 area schools that come and join us, and we appreciate that so much. All 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. A little bit of a trip to get here, but Chalmer Wyatt, we appreciate you coming for the Elgin Owls. And well, I'll tell you what, lots to talk about. I mean, after a bye week, and then we've had that you had a Texas school, and then you had Newcastle. So that was kind of interesting because both of you guys have switched roles. I mean, we talked about with Eisenhower and Lawton High with switching from 6A to 5A. You guys were 5A, go to 4A, Newcastle 4A to 5A, and you got to see them a couple of years ago, but this was the first time. So kind of break down. I know you kind of started on a roll and went from there, but how would you describe last week's game with Newcastle?
I thought we played really well, about as well as we could in the first half, and I really think we took advantage of the bye week going into that. I really was pleased with our practices, preparing for them with an extra week, because bye week can go one way or the other in my eyes sometimes with your preparation. So that extra preparation paid off, and we really came out and fired on all cylinders early and kept it going into halftime.
Now, I was going to ask all the coaches this. There's something that you as a coach are supposed to find out about yourself and your team in non-district, because then that prepares you for district. So what is the one thing that you found out about the Elgin Owls that you may have not known or even surprised yourself?
Well, I wanted us to be physical at the line of scrimmage, and we had a quality non-district schedule, 2 really tough teams and a team from Dallas that's improving. And that's what we saw, mostly off the offensive and defensive line played really well. So with that, the run game was solid. And then, we had a lot of new guys on defense this year, and, those guys have really stepped in and are starting to make plays of their own, replacing some guys that were good playmakers for us. And, we really found ourselves, I feel like, going into district, and that's what we wanted to do.
So since coaches are really never satisfied, and that's why their jobs are still available, always want to improve and get better. So how would you improve? I mean, undefeated, you got a lot of stuff that you can put in your cap that there are things going well for you. If there was areas of improvement going forward to get this district underway, what would it be?
Yeah, we want to be as balanced as we can on offense. I feel like if we can be, as hard as to defend as we can, I think that makes us better. And we did a really good job against Newcastle. We started the game off with a pass, which a little bit uncommon for us. And we threw the ball really well.
Coach was just saying that about unexpected, like, we didn't see that on film. We didn't see that coming. It's going to be a run, right? And then you start out passing.
Yeah, but, if we can get that part of our game going, I think that gives us 2 dimensions that we can be successful at moving forward. So, starting with district, I'd like to continue that. And then, defensively, I thought we flew around, rallied to the football, create turnovers. And, it's just a matter of improving every week, and that's kind of what we talk about. We're practicing all the time, and we're practicing to beat everyone on our schedule. That's just kind of our mentality. And so we got to continue to do that.
Okay, so Woodward's on the schedule, and for those unfamiliar, because you've been in 5A for the last 2 years, maybe it's been a little while, a little foggy in the back of your mind of who these teams are for you guys. So what does Woodward look on film, and what do you guys have to do for Friday night?
Yeah, they're really multiple on offense, so we've got to be, sound versus all of their formations. And defensively, they do a couple different things, which, on the flip side of that, we've got to know our fronts and know our combos and versus what they're doing versus what we want to do against them. And that's the main thing. We got to make the trip. We got to go play, and like you said earlier, we're 0-0, and we need to leave that place 1-0.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know a lot of people look at records now, and I said I remember teams. I'll even bring Carl Albert up. Carl Albert, I think one year went 0-3, and then all of a sudden ran off. And the district is what counts. So it's really what it is. So This is kind of your longest bus ride a little bit. We talked about some schools that have to do that. Anything that you're going to do differently, or how is that scheduled out to take the trip to Woodward?
Yeah, we're going to leave at 1:30 Friday, and I know the superintendent at Thomas, he's going to open up his football facility. We're going to walk the field, use their restrooms, and then we'll get back on the bus, grab a Gatorade, and finish out the trip. It's about an hour 15 from that point, so I think that's a good plan for us to get up there, and we'll get there about 4:45, which we like to get there at 5, but just in case, we're going to try to plan to be there a little early.
Yeah, you never know. Construction, all kind of stuff like that. It's kind of like very familiar with what MacArthur said they had to do for Ponca City. What they did was they went to Edmond, got off the bus, got their meal, and then got back on. It was only an hour and 15 after that. So however you can separate that and get that straightened out, that's pretty good. All right, you got some players with you, so let's go give us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
Shea Spencer. I played defensive end and offensive right tackle, and then I'm a senior.
Senior season, very special because you guys have a very unique approach by your freshman year to this. Kind of tell us the differences from your perspective of when you were a freshman now to your senior season, what all the changes and all the emotions that go with it.
Just watching us grow is the main thing to me. I love being able to help younger guys, and how we went from going 4-6 to now our record last year 11-1 is spectacular to me, and I just want to keep on improving and go get the gold ball.
What does it do with the expectations of the community around there? All eyes are on you. A couple of years ago we talked about with Coach that, you were a surprise to, a lot of people, and then all of a sudden you're not a surprise. Now you got a bullseye on your back and everybody's coming for you. So how do you handle that as a player from when your first freshman year to that season to now? I mean, how are you guys handling that?
We all just really bought into the program, trusted the coaches. They know what they're doing, so they know we know that they're not going to lie to us as well. So we all just bought in and trusted them, and then we just work every day, give it our all, no matter what.
Well, I saw some of your spring workouts in the circuits, and you definitely see there's not a lot of people standing around. I know it's all about business over there, and that's pretty good. What's it like Friday nights with the packed stands as they are? If people are not unfamiliar with coming to an Elgin football game on Friday night, I would suggest you do it. It's kind of on a bucket list. What's it like as a player to be involved in that on week to week?
It's a unique experience, especially for a high school game, but our community rallies really well behind us, and they give us a lot of support.
And hopefully they'll travel well, too. I know you're asking for them to take Woodward, and I know they're on the network, and if you can't make it, you certainly want to do that, but we'd like to see many of you go to the stands as well. What's your favorite food?
I like my mom's cooking, whatever she makes.
Whatever she's cooking. Hey, that's a feather in your cap. Mom's going to love you for that. So it's not even a special. But, I mean, if it was your birthday coming up and you said, okay, Mom, everything is great, but I have something that you make that I'd like, what would it be?
Anything. Anything.
What is your hobbies? What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Shoot. We like to hang out with friends. We like to go golf. We just all mess around.
And I know you got a big tradition there, but what does it mean for you to be an owl?
Really special. It's all I've known my whole life, and I just want to go prove to the town of Elgin what us as a Little League thought we could do in 6th grade. That got shut down, and now we want to go prove it in 12th grade. So.
Yeah, it's kind of unfinished business. Because I know the complexity of the same group, and I think your quarterbacks, Mom took all these pictures throughout, always sharing every week of kind of going, this is what you guys look like, this is what the goal was, and that bond that you guys have. So it is pretty special.
Yeah, very special.
Let's get down to give us your name, your grade, and what position you play.
My name is Adan Delgado. I'm a senior, and I'm the kicker for Elgin.
Kicker. Let's make fun of kicker. No, do you have shoes that are different than everyone else?
Yes, actually. I have 3 different pairs.
Do you have a favorite pair? Do you have a lucky pair? Like if you really needed the kick and it's got to be this pair you're wearing?
Yeah, it's my oldest pair. Definitely the most beat up ones.
And what is it? What kind of shoes are they?
They're Pumas. I don't exactly remember the exact name, but they came out like a long time ago.
Okay, so how much of a tape job is there? Is it starting to come apart? Or
Yeah, I have to retape like almost every day.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that because, there's a lot of old musicians that you see their guitars, like Willie Nelson and stuff like that. He will not give up a guitar that he has been playing for decades, and it's Band-Aid and taped, and you say, how could anybody play with that? But he does. And so how can anybody kick with that? You could show him that. What got you into kicking?
Really just the coaches saw me one time, and I tried it out, and I had a lot of fun. Actually, last year was my first year kicking.
Wow.
So, I just took off. I love the sport.
Field goals or PATs, which one you like better?
Definitely. Well, PATs, I love them more because I'm more consistent.
Okay.
20 for 20 right now.
Oh, very good.
Yes. And,
well, we better knock on some wood here. We don't want to start because that's called the broadcasting jinx. As soon as you bring it up, whoops, we shouldn't have said anything. Okay, so Coach can maybe hide his ears for this or, close it. What is your comfortable range? Okay, they're kind of stopping us. We need a field goal kick. It's X amount of yards out. What would you say is your comfort zone?
Probably from like 30, definitely secure. Against the wind, maybe a 25-yarder.
How much do you study the wind?
With the wind?
No, how much do you study the wind? To where it's coming and you know where it's in?
I pay attention to it a lot.
You're the team's weatherman, right? You know the wind and where it's coming out of. How impressed are you with some of the NFL kickers that are like in the 60s? I mean, you talk about, before, they're saying, okay, a 35, 40-yarder, okay, 50 we're starting to get. But now it's like nothing for these guys. How has kicking changed the game of football now?
Yeah, it's definitely impacted a lot. You see kickers now going for Justin Tucker's 66-yarder.
So who is your hero kicker that you would like to emulate or kind of meet if you had the opportunity? What kicker is your favorite?
He's not in the NFL right now. His name is Adam Botkin. He usually just does videos.
Okay.
Yes.
So you watch his videos to kind of be better at that craft?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? I'm going to go with Shay right here. It's like anything my mom makes.
Okay. What's your favorite class in school? Same subject. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I like history a lot. I'm in world cultures right now.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
All right. Sounds good. And what do you do on your free time when you're not playing football?
Free time. Right now I'm getting into cutting hair.
Very nice.
Hopefully that advances, and I get to do that after high school too.
Okay, so you already have your map planned out about that. How much kicking do you do? Because I know you guys have your own practice methodology. It's like everybody else is practicing, and that's all you're doing is kicking and kicking. Now, when the whistle's done and you go in, how much more extra do you do when the team isn't assembled as far as kicking?
It's usually like every 2 to 3 days I stay out a little longer, just work on kickoffs. That's my main thing. That's what I do.
All right. What color is your favorite? What color is your favorite shoes? You mentioned.
They're white with blue stripes.
So if we see those on, we know it's something special. All right. Okay. Elgin Owls on to Woodward is the game on Friday. You can catch that 6:30 for a pregame, 7 o'clock for kickoff. We still have the Walters Blue Devils. We also have the Cash Bulldogs in the house, and we will get to them right after this as we continue with our coaches show right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Lawton Community Health Center is a place for babies, kids like me, and even teenagers. Nice people are there to help you when you're hurt or you just don't feel good. And even if you do, they give you medicine so you don't get sick and physicals so you can play sports. I'm happy to know they'll be there when I need them. And my mom is too.
LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
All right, back here at La Grande Cantina inside the mall where our coach's show continues. Walters Blue Devils is up next. Coach K, who is also offensive and defensive line coach, and we got an opportunity to talk to you a couple of times last year, and it's got to be pretty special. We talked about, kind of springboarding from where you were last year to this year. Already started off 3-0. I mean, things are really starting to click, but the only thing is now we back up just a second or two to say, okay, those were all non-district games. Those really don't count. Now the meat of the schedule starts. Everybody's at 0-0 now. So as I've asked the previous coaches, what have you guys figured out about yourself going forward that you can start improving for district?
Improving, when you go back to our last game against Velma, defensively, our secondary at times seemed like a retention on our assignments and stuff. We had some blown assignments, so that's definitely an improving moment. But in terms of our identity, we like to say what Chalmers said, be very well balanced, but also at the same time explosive. We've got some exceptional athletes, and putting the ball in their hands and put them in the best position to be explosive is what they're really good at.
Well, Walters, when you get in a small town America, football it's everything,
Amen.
To these communities. With a 3-0 start, the bar of expectations risen a little bit. How exciting has it been around for the town and the talk of the town?
Man, it's a huge deal. It's something that Walters really, I'm Walters born and raised. It's something that we've never really seen this kind of success. We've had good years when Farron was here the first time. We had a couple playoff runs and stuff, but in terms of, I think this is our third straight year of making playoffs. We've won playoff games, something that Walters has never had back-to-back years of winning playoff games, and it's a really big breath of fresh air for the town, and to show that, Walters can be good at football. It's not just stigmatism for Walters. We're kind of known to be a basketball school, but we can play football too.
Well, that's good, and it's good that you've shown that. In fact, I've had an opportunity on one of my off weeks that I was able to go to experience a Walters home game. It was your homecoming last year.
Yes, sir.
It was really a nice experience, and I talked about how intimate it is. There are some people that feel very comfortable when they come in the back gate. They drive in. They have their own parking space. They put out their own blankets right there on the end of the end zone. So, I mean, it is that kind of atmosphere, and so appreciate that. So talk about this week's opponent, break down on film what you saw about them and what you guys have to do to be a successful win this week.
So we play Christian Heritage, and they're a really good program. I mean, they're a team that was in the state game, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. They made a little run as a 4 seed in the playoffs, and they're a very well-coached team. They're very disciplined, and they've got some really good guys out on the perimeter to where we're going to have to make sure we stay awake back there because they've got some really good athletes.
And what would you say your keys to the game is for a successful win?
I think our keys is, like I said, it's shutting down that perimeter and making sure we're not just giving up those big, cheap shots down the field.
Sure.
Just staying disciplined and doing what we do. Play Walters brand football.
Okay, like that. Okay, you got some players with you, so
yes, sir.
Give us the mic there, and you tell us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
I'm Fisher Parks. I'm left guard, and I'm a senior.
Okay, senior season, kind of a special season to start off, especially with the success that you've had. How would you describe this year's team? Because as a freshman, you kind of figure stuff out and you kind of come through, and each year there's a different feel to it. How does this year's team feel?
This year we feel all bought in. We have 15, 16 seniors that have all been playing since we were freshmen, playing both sides of the ball, a lot of us starting all through high school, and I feel like this is our year to go out and show everybody what we can do.
Well, you've kind of done that, raise some eyebrows. Like you said, the tradition of, if Walters was considered a basketball school for so long, you kind of have to get past that image. How did you want to improve, especially with your line coach here at guard? What do you want to get better at, as we start getting into the district part of the season?
Just winning the line of scrimmage every single play, being able to just run the ball willingly and being able to go through us and put the game on our backs.
What do you do for fun? What's your hobbies after football or outside of football?
I like to fish and I like to play golf.
Okay, any particular kind of fishing? Is it pond fishing, lake fishing?
Mostly pond fishing for bass.
Bass, okay. What's your biggest bass you caught?
Probably 6 or 7 pounds.
Really? Is it mounted?
No, sir.
No, are you a catch and release guy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, look at that. Well, that's why they can you let them go and grow. You get that opportunity. Well, at least you took a photo of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. And what is your favorite food?
Probably ribeye.
Oh, ribeye. How do you like to have your steak cooked?
Medium.
Ooh, medium. All right. Yeah, I'm a medium rare guy. I can never get it that way because it's it's the way it is. And what does it mean for you to be a Walters Blue Devil?
Means to me be a Walters Blue Devil is just means everything. I love being a Blue Devil. I wouldn't trade for anything else.
All right, you got another partner there next to you. So give us your name, give us your grade, and what position you play.
My name is Kobe Costatrada, senior, and I play center.
Okay, so center, you got a lot of responsibility to call out the formations, right? Where the defense is giving you. Have you played center for the most part, or a lot of offensive linemen kind of change your guard, maybe tackle, and then center? Have you been playing center quite a bit?
Yes, sir. I played center since my third grade year, I believe.
Wow, so you were really experienced at that. So I guess there was no one else to look to. You were it, huh?
Yes, sir.
How did you want to get better at being the best center you could be?
Get a good surge on the line. Need to make sure I don't drop snaps. Make sure my snaps are perfect. Make sure my pad level is good, nice and low.
So the games that you've had, what has been the most enjoyable? You're undefeated. You're 3-0. So what was the best win as a player this year so far?
I think Velma, because they're a pretty good program, and we just showed them what we're made of.
And what would you say was your best game personally coming off the field that you graded out the best or you thought you did your very best?
I say Wilson.
And then what is the game on the schedule that you've marked as, okay, this is the one I'm getting up for? What would it be? Frederick, all right, the Bombers, a little bit of experience there, so get a little familiarity with that. So, all right. Well, good luck to you guys, and, of course, we'll be able to watch you guys live as well on the network. Walters Blue Devils, and we thank them for their support. They got the longest drive. Elgin and Walters both have the little bit of a drive. Cash over there on the west side has to come in, too, and we appreciate of our 6 schools all coming in to be a part of it. We'll continue. We got the Cash Bulldogs. They're coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
All right, back at the La Gran Cantina inside the mall. Don't forget they have got this special room, about 50 or so, that can fit in here. So it's birthdays, anniversaries, hail and farewell. It's reserved for special occasions, maybe even Christmas coming up. You want to be able to do that, you can call them to make your reservations inside the mall. From a traditional menu to some of the modern dishes that they have, you get best of both worlds at La Gran Cantina here in the mall. Cash Bulldogs are up next. So, Coach, very excited to kind of get the non-district schedule out. You got your feet underneath you as a first-year coach. So I've asked all the other coaches, so I'll start with you asking this. What have you learned about your team before you start getting into district play? What have you learned the most?
Yeah, we've faced a lot of adversity, and the big thing with us is the injury bug has just hit us so hard. And I think we kind of weathered the storm, and I think one of the good things that came out of it is we found a lot of young players that are going to be able to do some really good things for us this year and going into district and throughout the rest of the season. And then I think we found our identity on offense and defense and where we want to go from here on out. So, I mean, those are the good things. Obviously the injuries, you can't really control them. So at the end of the day, that's why I told our kids, I said, we got to move on. And we got to have guys step up and we got to go forward.
How would you like to see improvement going forward with this team?
Right, last week, nothing really went good for us. So we had a lot of really young players. I think we had 5 starters out.
Wow.
And there was a few more that played that were out as well. It was bad last week, but I think we needed that. We needed those young guys to get in there and get some valuable reps and see who can really help us out and give us some depth. And going forward, we're hoping to get some guys back and just instill that, hey, go back to what our motto is, just believe. Believe that we can do it, believe that we have the guys to do it, and have a good week of practice, and let's start 1-0 in district against Elk City.
I think some of the young guys will know that there's a difference between practice and game time, and then those game time reps are so valuable. So they get to learn that quick in fact, OU is kind of in the same situation, very injury plagued with offensive line and receivers and trying to look at quarterbacks, and then a freshman quarterback comes in. I think you can use that as a teaching tool to these young guys to say, that young man was playing high school football last year, and all of a sudden the lights are bright and you get thrown in, next man up, and so he's there. So maybe they can say, well, you know what? I can believe in that philosophy too, that, okay, well, I'm not just a freshman or I'm not just inexperienced. We can kind of take it from there. So a little bit of, with this Elk City coming up, why don't you tell us a little bit of breakdown of what you've seen on them and what you expect for Friday.
Right. Elk City is traditionally a really solid school. They have a high tradition. They're going to be really well coached. I played with Zach Maynard at Southwestern, and then, I watched him evolve as a coach. He's a great defensive mind and just an overall really good ball coach. His kids always play super hard. They're physical, and they're going to be disciplined with what they do. So going into the game, I feel like up front, I feel like we're going to be able to play with them, especially after going against Sulphur. Sulphur was extremely good up front.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to really help us going into this game, preparing for Elk City. And then, they have they're really, really talented at the linebacker level and the running back level. So containing those guys and being able to move the ball on offense and consistently move the ball and take shots when we need to, and then defensively again goes back to containing those guys, especially their number one. He's just a phenomenal player.
I think that's what people miss. Sulphur, you may not really know it's because it's a non-district game, but yeah, they really have something to prove in their own right, and they do they have a lot of talent there as well.
Right.
So let's get to some of your players. Let's grab your mic and give us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
My name is Joshua Webster. I play linebacker, inside linebacker and wide receiver, and I'm a senior this year.
And I guess, and your dad's not here, but I guess people say all the time, you look like your dad, right?
Thank you.
I can say that because I said there's a spitting image right there. So what has this season been like for you, with having to have that adversity with some injuries and all the rest of that stuff to try to still hold as the nucleus of Cache Bulldog football?
I think it's good. We definitely learned a lot from all of our every team we've played. We definitely learned a lot with Sulphur and everything. We faced some adversity, which is amazing. I think the only way is just to keep climbing from here.
How did you want to come into this year to improve on personally?
I really wanted to come in and get really better at my blocking, catching, and stuff like that. Being an assignment, not having no busts or anything, and just to limit the amount of mistakes I make.
What is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject would probably be VOTEC. I do HVAC. And
Really?
I really do enjoy it.
So you think gonna proceed in that realm there after graduation?
Yes, sir.
It's a very good job. The trade schools, sometimes get overlooked, with all the push for the higher education, but, they're lacking with plumbers, electricians, heat and air guys, all that stuff. And we all need it. We all need it to live. So that's really great that you've already got a kind of an idea of what you want to do and what you want to do after that. What is your favorite food? Since I've asked everybody else, I'll ask you.
It'd probably have to be my mom and dad's, whatever they cook.
Okay, whatever they cook. Boy, that's kind of a common theme for today. Okay. And we already kind of talked about what your aspirations are after graduation. But going forward, this team, there's a couple of games on the schedule that you kind of would like to see, personally. What would that be and why?
Trying to think of this. Definitely seeing. I think Elk City this week. I think we're really gonna. They're really good, but I think we can be even better and everything, and really just go out there and win. Go give it our all.
Okay, you got a guy right next to you. Give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
I'm Johnny Peterson. I play outside linebacker and receiver, and I'm a senior.
Senior. Okay, were you excited to start this year?
Absolutely. More excited than I've ever been.
And why is that?
Just getting to come in, being with this class. I've been with these guys for 3 years, and just these are all my best friends. So getting to play one last ride with them, it's just great.
You know, they say as a senior you're supposed to take it all in because it goes by so fast, and we're already starting district. So that means non-district games are over, and then, by next week we're going to say, guess what? That was 5. That's halfway through the season. So are you taking it all in? Are you taking that advice to really kind of absorb all that? Because, it's going to be week 10. You're going to say, where did that season go?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to take it one play at a time, one quarter at a time, one game at a time. And as long as I do that, I feel like I'm doing the best I can at taking it all in.
How did you want to get better coming into this season as a senior?
I wanted to be a better overall athlete. I feel like, I'm a smaller guy, so the higher I can jump, the faster I can run, the stronger I can be. All of those just makes me a better player.
What does it mean for you to be a Bulldog?
It means everything. This is great. This has been my home for, 3 years now. And, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
So the 3 years of experience of sophomore, junior, senior year, each year is different. There's a different chemistry between the players, and some leave because they were in graduation. So how would you describe this year's Cache Bulldog team?
This year's team, I feel like we had a great group last year, and they were together like glue. I feel like we're the exact same way. And obviously we haven't had necessarily the start that we wanted, but like we've been talking about facing adversity and everything, I feel like this is the group to make it through that. And, we're just going to keep pushing.
So a little bit of a bus ride for Elk City. Give us your routine of what you do on the bus.
On the bus, put my AirPods in, listen to music, watch a little bit last-minute film, try to find some small tendencies maybe that I could pick up on. Mainly just listen to music. Maybe you get a little power nap in. You never know. A little bit of a trip. Okay, so in your iPods and your music genre, what do you have in your iPods right now that you listen to during game day? This year I've been listening to a lot of Deftones and some of that alternative rock, new metal.
Something your parents really love when it's cranked up to 10 decibels, right?
For sure.
It's okay. And that kind of puts you in that game mode, I guess. Is that, kind of your routine?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Are you a video gamer too?
Yeah, kind of.
What game do you play?
Madden and college football.
You guys play collectively online with other players?
Yes, sir. So there's another senior on our team, Michael Rodriguez. Me and him have put so many hours in. It's crazy. But, yeah.
So who's the top dog? Who's the best? Come on, you got to say you. Go ahead.
It's me. It's me.
It is you? Okay.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, the challenge is on. So I just kind of baited you into that.
Yes,
so you know what's coming.
Yes,
a request to have you play. All right, so Tanner Thompson, the Cache Bulldogs. Yes, Elk City. Catch that right on the network, and we'll have that 6:30 and 7 o'clock for the kickoff as well. We've got to continue on with our coaches show at La Grande Cantina. We'll take a timeout. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Are you prepared for summer? We are.
Keep your air conditioner ready with a Miller Noble Heating and Air Maintenance Plan. We service all makes and models from Bryant, Carrier, and Lennox. Just need a repair? We can do that. Can't pay for it all at once? We offer financing plans too. Is it time to replace your old system? We offer free estimates on new systems. Click or call today and stay comfortable with Miller Noble Heating and Air.
Lawton Fort Sill Regional Airport, just 1 mile to anywhere, offering non-stop service to Dallas-Fort Worth. Fast, friendly, and convenient without all the hassles. Easy parking, and with close proximity to your arrivals and departures, all in their newly renovated terminal. Here to there in just 1 mile. To book your mile to anywhere destination from LAW, log on to AA.com. or call 800-433-7300. Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind. Providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing. Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists?
That's good. And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Landmarks. They stand as symbols, reminding us of history and moments that shape our lives. We create our own landmarks. At Becker Raybon Funeral Home, we understand the importance of honoring these moments. Let our compassionate team help you celebrate the life and legacy of your loved one. Offering a range of services to honor the stories that matter most, we believe that every life leaves a mark that deserves to be cherished and remembered. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, honoring the landmarks of your life.
Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Here at Carpet One, we have a great selection of carpet, hardwood, vinyl, tile, laminate, and area rugs. With all this, you're sure to find exactly what you want for your home. Come browse our exclusive selection or give Carpet One at Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
At Billingsley Ford, we pride ourselves on the integrity and transparency of our pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. As your hometown Ford dealer, that's the way it should be.
I'm Grant Billingsley, and that's the Billingsley way.
Bring home the win at Billingsley Hyundai with huge savings every day from our massive inventory of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Come by today and see how we can help find a winning deal for you with America's best warranty. Now that's the Billingsley way.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Well, we're back here at La Gran Cantina inside the mall. You can join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m., 6 schools, all 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. So it kind of concludes that. So we'll go back to the Lawton side of things. And on the west side of town for the Eisenhower Eagles, first off, how was the bye week?
Man, well needed. Man, it was really good for us, man. We actually had got a chance, like you said, we went back to the basics, got a chance to go back over some of the things that we know we need to get back to the foundation of. We actually, spent some time to really get back to ourselves, look at some things that can get cleaned up, which is what you want to do after, your first 3 games. It's kind of where that bye week helps you kind of look at the first 3 preseason games, look where you are, what you good at, what you bad at, what works, what's not working, and then kind of, working from there. So then we had a little fun at the end, man. We did a scrimmage where we let the skill guys go down to be linemen, and the linemen got to run the ball, be quarterbacks, and it was a fun deal, man. But just kind of helping guys see and understand that, your job is important and the other guy's job is important. And so you start realizing, the guys around you, their job is probably a lot harder than what you think it is. And, but we had a lot of fun with it. It's translated really good for us. It's going into this week in the Stillwater game.
So what did you find out about this team in your non-district schedule before you start schedule of the district?
Man, just what I found out about this team was, man, that I knew about them, that they're hungry. Just searching for ways and looking for ways to get better, searching for ways to figure out how we can become a better team. And it doesn't always come out with wins and losses sometimes or points. But, sometimes it's just being able to look at that film, reevaluate some of the things we're working on as a group, as a team, what we're talking about, And I think that's what we found out. I think we found out that we got a lot further that we need to go than we thought. But we also know that we're better than where we would have been at this stage and where we're at. So. You
also said that you were going to take a little peek at the Stillwater game with Carl Albert, and what did you find out about that? I mean, it's really kind of hard to tell because on one side Stillwater, beats a jinx, and then they come turn around and get, flattened out with no scores against Carl Albert. And Carl Albert's a different situation. Definitely. You've already seen them too, so you and Stillwater have something in common there.
Well, most definitely. Man, I would tell you, I think for us it actually built some confidence. We gave Carl Albert 21 points. Right. Where you look at it now. Hats off. First of all, Carl Albert is right now. I've even said it. They probably best team in the state. I mean, them boys is big, fast. A lot of respect for Coach Dunn and what those guys do on that staff, man. But just for us and looking at Stillwater, you know, we put them games in the past 24 hours, move on. But looking at Stillwater, man, they got a really good quarterback, a senior quarterback that wants to take over the game. You got some really good guys, obviously very big, been a big team for years. But definitely for us, it was seeing that we actually can go compete with this team. We can go out here and, you know, rankings don't matter. We can go out here, play a good game. And for us, and actually I know the players been talking about, we just want to play a good game overall as the best Eisenhower team that we can be.
So, you know, you've got the Stillwater matchup. You know, this is kind of this is the district side of the thing, because we said in the earlier get-go of the show is everybody's at 0-0. So, I mean, you could talk about whether you're 3-0 or 2-1 or 1-2, you know, all the rest of that stuff. But this is really where the rubber meets the road, and this is where it really counts and where it matters. So, this is also a bus ride for you after a bye week. This is kind of jokingly, MacArthur went to Ponca City last week. That was a long ride for them. We have Elgin's going to Woodward. Cash is going to Elk City. A little bit of a bus travel. So you're going to do the Stillwater trip.
Yes, sir.
How are you guys going to handle that Friday? And you kind of make a halfway point, you know, kind of get off the bus. What are you guys going to do on Friday?
So we'll take off. We're going to leave probably a little bit earlier in the morning, close to the afternoon. Get out to the city, eat in the city. We're going to possibly going to a barbecue place out there, and then we're going to get out, do some walkthroughs, just refresh, get guys off the bus, move them around, stretch, things like that. Get back on the bus, get up to Stillwater, make sure we're there early enough to be off of the bus. You know, let guys rest and wake back up, refuel, and let's go play a game.
Well, we'll say your keys to the game, and what's so interesting is that, you know, I bet you Stillwater say we can throw out that film against Carl Albert, against Eisenhower, because we want to throw our game film out because we didn't really learn anything about it. So you have one less film to work with. Right. So what is your keys to the game?
Man, keys for the game this week, man, are stop the run, tackle, okay, and don't let the explosive play happen. Offensively, get the ball in the playmakers' hands and let them guys go to work. We got to find ways to get them the ball. And you know, the biggest thing for us is just timing. I think that's one thing we're looking at. We took from the first 3 games. How can we get on the ball, get plays in, and still manage the clock?
Health-wise, how are you? I know you had some injuries. You had a bye week there that helped you. Are you getting guys back? How is that looking health-wise?
Man, I mean, we got everybody back. So we knew going into Carl Albert, we had a couple of guys, and like you said, you in non-district, we would have been in district play, they would have played.
Right.
Okay. So, but
like Sari Sheridan,
guys where they would have fought through and played through. So man, just seeing some guys go out here, man, we got everybody back. They look good in practice right now. Just making sure we're on, crossing all our T's, dotting all our I's.
So you think the bye week kind of helped you?
Most definitely. Like I said,
came at a good time.
For Eisenhower, it was a well-needed bye week. So, yes, sir. So, man,
get that. All right, you got some players with you. Let's go down the line, grab the microphone, and tell us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
Jabari Shepard, play running back, outside linebacker, or middle linebacker now, and I'm a junior.
Okay. No, hold on a second. We're not done with you. I mean, so we're going to talk to you a little bit about how this year has been for you. What kind of a ride has it been with Coach Harris now? It is his 3rd year.
It's been up and down. You know, we've had some like up and down times. It's been fun. A lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, a lot of running.
How did you want to get better coming into this season?
Faster, bigger, smarter, learn the game more.
Okay, and then, you know what, it kind of takes a little bit of the edge off with Stillwater had this mystique. They're 2 years away from a state championship run, and, you guys played Carl Albert. They played Carl Albert. Kind of the same results. So you can say, well, I don't feel, like you said, boost of confidence. What do you see this game with Stillwater and how this is going to shape Eisenhower to start the district?
I feel like, if we beat them, we're going to shock the state.
What have you seen on game film that you have to prepare for them?
They're big. They're physical. They play smart. So we just got to, play our Eisenhower football.
Get going with what you got. What is your favorite food?
Chinese food.
All right. Anything particular? If you're going to order Chinese food, what would you order?
Orange chicken and stir-fried rice.
He's already got it rattled off. That's good. What do you like to do when you're not playing football? Give us some of your hobbies.
I cook.
You cook? Are you a good cook?
I'm a great cook.
You cook? Oh, really? Yeah. So you cook for your teammates? Has Coach had your cooking?
I cook for my family.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you ever cooked for Coach?
No, I'm waiting.
He's waiting for the invitation now. You say you cook, and you're a good cook. You know, we're lined up, right? We're waiting. What is the best dish that you make? What is your specialty?
Steak.
Steak. How do you cook it?
Well,
all right. I'm kind of on the opposite end. I'm medium rare. My wife would love you to death because she wants it, not mooing, and stick a fork in it because it's way done. So, yeah, that's all right. But it's how you're raised. It's how you like your meat. All right. Okay, and pass the mic down to your cohort there and give us your name, your position, and what grade you're in.
My name is Milo Wyatt. I play left tackle, and I'm a junior.
Junior this year. And we've talked to you before. I think you came to our media day, and we'll kind of share a little bit about this. But, you still got a year to improve on, and you've also got a great family legacy, and I'm sure you've got a lot of coaching outside of this coaching that you have to go home to and listen to.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure. I've talked to that side before. What kind of advice do they give you? Because, that's a long legacy of Eisenhower Eagles we're talking about.
They watch the same film that they're always at my games, and they just watch me. So every time I mess up, they come to the fence and they tell me what I'm doing and how to fix it.
Yeah. So how would you like to get better? Since you have your junior year and your season year yet.
I really want to focus on my footwork more, stepping with a purpose, stepping in the right spot, and getting stronger, more physical.
Is there any game left on the schedule that really excites you more? Because it's really different. Because a lot of times I ask this, there's rivalries, stuff that you've played over and over again throughout your career. Now it's not. Throw it all out the window because you're in a new district and you're back to 6A after being in 5A. But is there any particular team that you really like to kind of say, Eisenhower wants to show them who we are, and who would that be and why?
Yes, sir. A couple of our players, we've talked with Choctaw at camps and different stuff like that. So we just want to go out and play Choctaw and win and show them that we're the better team.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I've got to take a little pause because there's a lot of emotions that go with me and your family that go way back, and I've got to because you have a name that really means something. I know that you were given that name, but what Milo means and Milo Gordon means to this community for all the years that they participated in doing and all what he did, and for your namesake to be that, to follow in those footsteps is incredible. I relay the story only because I was an outsider, and I think you've heard the story because I think we talked about this, but I want to say it again for those who missed it. I moved here in 1987. That's how old I am right there. Okay. 1987. I didn't know a soul. I came from the state of Michigan, and I remember I was in just a couple blocks from here, City National Bank, and I was in line, was going to cash my check from the radio station that I was working at, and there was an older gentleman that tapped me on the shoulder, and he said, I'm Milo Gordon, and he said, I don't know you, and I think I know everybody in Lawton. And so he introduced himself to me and made me feel welcome. And he said, well, welcome to the community. And after that, we did a lot of remotes at both the car dealerships and stuff like that. So the name, and, of course, Eisenhower synonymous goes with it, and you got a great legacy. And I think you're doing really well. We got to see you do a great pancake block there in the spring ball and put that on video because I said that's pretty good to have that, kind of give you guys some pub because a lot of times it's always, number 1, number 10. They're getting a lot of love, Coach is talking about them, but it's all in the trenches. So Coach talked about this little change of positions, having fun with it. Where do they put you at?
I was playing X receiver on the outside.
And how did that go? Did they throw the ball to you?
No, but I got put in motion.
Okay.
I got the ball, and then I got hit by like 5 guys.
It's going to take 5 guys, for you. Okay.
Yes,
so what did that kind of do for you to kind of show that position, for the first time of playing in that?
It showed me that a lot more respect for that position outside. That when they have to run across the field, it gets a little tiring.
Okay, and so who took your place? Who took the O-line position from some of those skill guys?
Jabari here, he was playing left tackle.
And grade him out. How did he do? How did he do at left tackle?
A+.
A+. All right. What's it like to take a little bus ride to Stillwater and play them?
A 3-hour ride about, and we're just gonna go out there, rest, drink water, stretch, and we're just going to go play a football game.
Break it out. That's right. All right. What's your favorite food?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. All right. Lots of syrup, though. Huh? Okay. What do you like to do when you're not playing football? What are your hobbies?
I also like to cook and sleep.
Okay, so is there going to be a cook-off right here I see coming up? Are you a good cook? He already said he's a good cook. Okay.
Maybe, probably not.
So if you like to cook, what do you like to cook?
I like to cook pretty much everything, but I make a lot of chicken.
A lot of chicken? Mm-hmm. Is it how do you cook it?
Fried chicken.
Fried? Okay.
Chop it up, put it in the stir fry.
All right. A little stir fry action there too. Well, that's pretty good. How would you describe this junior season for you? How has it been so far?
It's been a good developmental season, and I feel like I've gotten better at my fundamentals in my game in the total.
Yeah, you still got something to prove and still something to go show, right? All right, so thank you, Milo. I appreciate that. And, Coach, appreciate you spending the time. I know you guys having to get off schedule of practice and then come rush over here. But the good news is the sun is setting a lot sooner, and pretty soon you aren't going to be out there as long.
Yes,
it's going to come down on us, pretty soon. All right, well, good luck to you. Stillwater is the matchup, 6:30 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. You can join us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We'll kind of close things out here in just a minute. We'll be back here to the Grand Cantina right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Are you prepared for summer? We are.
Keep your air conditioner ready with a Miller Noble Heating and Air Maintenance Plan. We service all makes and models from Bryant, Carrier, and Lennox. Just need a repair? We can do that. Can't pay for it all at once? We offer financing plans too. Is it time to replace your old system? We offer free estimates on new systems. Click or call today and stay comfortable with Miller Noble Heating and Air.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Well, I hope you were watching that last commercial of La Gran Cantina because they showed that big bowl full of all the protein meats they have. That's probably my favorite so far. And so I would suggest a little bit of help. We had the MacArthur Islanders. I think there were 3 of them eating on that, and there was still some to go. Even though I know there are some that can accomplish eating that by themselves, I cannot, even though I will admit I'm a bigger frame guy. Had to take that home for lunch. Lawton High had some tied up with some scheduling problems, so they were not going to meet us tonight, so we'll catch them next week. But they are going to be traveling to Noble to take on their first district opponent, and we look forward to having that on the air, 6:30 for pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Thank all of our schools, all of the 6 area schools that come here each and every Tuesday from the 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. We thank them so much. Newcastle had their coach's show at 6:30 at Luigi's. Middell had their coach's show over at Bricktown Brewery in Oklahoma City. Altus will have their coach's show tomorrow at the Brew at Jackson County Memorial Hospital at 6:30. We had volleyball last night on the network, so that's what I'm saying. Like us on Facebook. Follow us there. You can connect to find out what's coming up next. And then download the app where you can watch us live anywhere on Apple and Android devices. Also Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV where you can catch it. And then, we've got 12 schools in the network, so you can bounce around throughout all of those. YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And then you can kind of keep us connected that way. So great opportunity for the coaches show. We had the volleyball game on Tuesday. We will also have Altus and MacArthur girls softball, and that is going to be senior night for Altus Thursday at 6 p.m. So a lot of sports, where sports is our middle name. So at La Grande Cantina, whether it's in the private banquet room where you can have a birthday party, anniversary, hail and farewells, or even Christmas, which is coming around the corner, they can accommodate you for sure. La Grande Cantina, each and every Tuesday for the Coaches Show. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.